Okay, hello, sir. Mr. Najib, please tell us your name, what you do for the government.
Najib Balala, I'm the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife.
Now, why did you decide to help City Blue? Why did you decide to honor the invite?
Well, I think City Blue is a young African brand that needed endorsement of the government, and that's why we are here today. We don't choose being a higher brand, international brand, a local brand. We support every brand that creates jobs and gives services and good services to the clients.
With hotels like City Blue, what do you think is the future for domestic tourism in Kenya?
Well, the future is Africa. Globally, the future is Africa, and City Blue is on the right track because they are building a new network in the continent. They have hotels in Rwanda, they have hotels in Uganda, now in Zambia, and now very heavily in Kenya. So the 7 units they have established is good because they are planning for the future.
Now, next year in 2020, Kenya is going to host the Travel Awards in Kenya. What do you think that means for Kenya and domestic hotels?
First of all, the World Travel Awards this year, 2019, Kenya won the best safari destination in the continent of Africa, but in the world. Secondly, next year, in October 3rd, Kenya is going to be the host country for the World Travel Awards globally. So this is exciting. It's going to bring the world to Kenya from the tourism perspective. So we're excited and we're looking forward to that event.
What do you think should be done to, eradicate the negative publicity of Mombasa to increase domestic and international tourists?
Well, I think Mombasa is much cleaner now. Mombasa is progressing well, and security is strengthened. So I am encouraged by investors like Jamil or the City Blue Group, so that we can be able to have more hotels, more branded hotels, and international quality comes into Mombasa.
Thank you so much.
If Mr. Jamil and Honorable Balala, Mr. Jamil, if you could come step forward.
Wildlife, Honorable Najib Balala. A big hand, please. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, Joe Kundo. And Dr. Betty Radier, CEO of the Kenya Tourism Board. These are 3 of the most important people involved in the tourism sector of Kenya, and they're all here today, so please, a huge hand. Also, just really want to say thank you to all of you for being here. You're our clients, our suppliers, people who work with us every day, and to all of the City Blue team here, led by Siraj and the fantastic operations guys. Thank you so much. I just want to say also that today marks almost 2 years since we took over this property. As Karan just said, we rebranded it from an international brand into a City Blue. City Blue is one of the fastest growing hotel chains in Africa now, and we think the results show themselves as well. So it doesn't need to be an international brand, it can be an African brand. And I think that's a very important point, that we must focus on what's happening here in Africa. Modern Africa is changing quickly, and brands like ours are establishing themselves and can, down the line, fight in the international marketplace too. That's what we plan to do. So on that note, I'll hand over to our guest of honor, the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Najib Balala. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamil. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. It was just a coincidence that Jamil picked a phone 2 days ago and decided to call me. We haven't met before, this is my first time to meet him. Probably he's saying we met somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to know me for me to come here. I am employed to serve this industry. Today I came in here because I thought I was in town and you had an event here and you wanted me to attend, and I came with a very powerful delegation escorted by my PS, who is my partner in the ministry, and our accounting officer, also by a dear lady, the CEO of Kenya Tourism Board, Dr. Radia. Marketing board is very important for particularly your establishment. So I decided to come here, not because you're not international, it's because you're international. When I passed here and I see the name City Blue, I said, wow, another international brand. And we don't have an international brand in Mombasa, probably. So we have other brands, but not international. So when I looked at this City Blue, and then I tried to track you down, and I realized you have a couple of hotels elsewhere, and this is your first hotel in Mombasa. So I said, wow, it's good. Then today I was given a brief about yourselves, and I see it's an African brand hotel. I said, even better for me to attend, just to endorse, because we need these initiatives. If you saw a week ago, the CEO of Twitter is going to take a sabbatical leave and come and live in Africa for 3 months. Why? Because he's saying the future of the world is in Africa. And I'm glad, Jamil, congratulations, you and your team, by thinking to have a network of a brand that covers the continent of Africa. You have 2 in Kampala, you have in Kigali, now you have in Mombasa, and you said, and going to be in Livingstone. In the next 1 year, you'll have 7 units in your chain. I think that is the right way to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So that, ladies and gentlemen, is part of the work that we've been doing to kind of set root and establish ourselves as a giant in this industry that is mighty competitive. A lot of you people, when you hear hotels, you'll think, first thing that comes to mind, Hilton, Intercon, Marriott, what else? A core group, which is all sorts of huge international brands. We're a local African brand doing these things, making these strides. And we hope that soon enough we can be mentioned amongst those names and demand that same respect that they demand.